name Rafid Ahmed Alwan al-Janabi. Now he tells the British newspaper The Guardian he made everything up.
Were all those things lies?
Yes.
Al-Janabi, who also gave an on-camera interview to The Guardian, was asked why he sold a complete fabrication to German intelligence.
I had to do something for my country, so I did this and I am satisfied because there is no dictator in Iraq anymore.
But a journalist who's reported on Curveball's credibility problems says that too is a lie.
He told the story because he wanted to get out of a refugee camp in Germany. He wanted to get on the payroll of the German intelligence agency. He wanted to get his wife out and bring them to Germany, and he wanted to get citizenship, and he wanted a Mercedes-Benz, and he got all of those things.
Saddam Hussein and his regime will stop at nothing until something stops him.
Powell argued Iraq is deceiving the weapons inspectors.
This was a typical American show, complete with stunts and special effects.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنتم تشاهدون قناة تذكرة. فيديو اليوم هو عن واحدة من أخطر الكذبات التي وقعت في تاريخ الإنسانية، إن لم تكن أخطر كذبة في تاريخ البشرية. فيا أصدقائي، لا تنسوا الاشتراك في هذه القناة واللايك كي أمضي قدما ويصلكم كل جديد. نحن نعرف أن بعد حادثة برجي التجارة العالميين في نيويورك كانت الإدارة الأمريكية وعلى رأسها جورج دبليو بوش الرئيس، والذي كان محاطا بالصقور، والصقور هم ديك تشيني، دونالد رامشفيلد، بول وولفيتس وكوندوليزا رايس، كانوا يؤسسون لخريطة الشرق الأوسط الجديد. فبعد أن تضررت أمريكا بتلك العملية كانوا مباشرة قد وضعوا اليد واحتلوا أفغانستان، ومن ثم بدأوا يتكلمون عن احتلال العراق والهجوم على العراق بذريعة أن صدام حسين يمتلك أسلحة الدمار الشامل، وأنه خطر على الأمن القومي الأمريكي، وأنه بالتنسيق مع أسامة بن لادن قد يستطيع أن يضر بالمصالح الأمريكية. فبدأوا يسوقوا لذلك، لكن العالم وكل أحرار العالم رفضوا تلك الحرب لأنهم رأوا أن فيها ظلما، وخصوصا بعد أن استقال السويدي هانس بليكس كبير المفتشين وأقر بأن العراق لا يمتلك أسلحة دمار الشامل.
The US at the time was high on military. They felt that they could get away with it, and therefore it was desirable to do so. Both Condoleezza Rice and Prime Minister Blair, I sort of alerted to the fact that we were skeptical, and I made the remark then that I cited many times that, look, wouldn't it be paradoxical for you to invade Iraq with 250,000 men and find very little? They should have realized, I think, both in London and in Washington, that their sources were poor. There are people, they defect or they give them intelligence and they want to get some reward for it, so they will be inclined to give what they think the interrogators want to hear. It was the good judgment, particularly Bush, but also in Blair's judgment. Yes, except that it was very hard for them to declare any weapons when they didn't have any.
وحتى بعد أن عوضوه بمحمد البرادعي المصري الذي خدمهم إلى حد ما، لم يفلح الأمريكان في إقناع الألمان والفرنسيين والروس والصينيين بأن العراق عنده أسلحة دمار شامل ويجب الحرب عليه واحتلاله. بعد هذا بدأوا يبحثون عن أي سيناريو، أي تمثيلية ضعيف الإخراج، أو حتى أي كذبة. وجدوا ضالتهم في رجل اسمه رافع علوان الجبوري، مهندس عراقي، والذي فر من العراق إلى سوريا، ومن سوريا إلى المغرب، ومن المغرب إلى إسبانيا، ثم إلى المغرب، ثم إلى بلجيكا، ثم انتهى به المطاف في ألمانيا في مدينة كولن. وفي كولن قبض عليه البوليس الألماني، فأتى بخيال من عنده وألف تمثيلية وقصة وكذبة بأنه كان من ضمن المهندسين الذين عملوا في تصنيع الأسلحة وأسلحة الدمار الشامل، وأن العراق قاب قوسين أو أدنى ليحصل على تلك الأسلحة. فطبعا المخابرات الألمانية حولت تلك المعلومة إلى السي الأمريكان والتقفوها بنهم وبشغف، ثم أعطوها للصقور ولجورج دبليو بوش والإدارة الأمريكية، ثم بدأوا يبنون عليها كي يصلوا إلى حل ويحتلوا العراق.
Do you think that you helped get Saddam Hussein out of Iraq?
Yes, exactly.
And here he is, the Iraqi informer who became known as Curveball. His real name is Rafid Alwan, a 44-year-old chemical engineer who says he had a mission.
So you left Iraq with the idea of destroying Saddam Hussein?
Exactly.
We sat down with Curveball in Europe. We agreed not to reveal exactly where. What made him decide to talk to us? We still don't know. But he was unapologetic, hard to pin down, and really nervous.
1 minute, please.
Not sure how much he could reveal about how he fooled Western intelligence services into believing that Iraq had a secret program to brew mobile biological weapons.
I planned for this for a long time.
He came up with the plan after he escaped from Iraq in the late 1990s. But curiously, instead of taking his story to a Western embassy, which is what defectors usually do, he just drifted from one country to another.
You went to Jordan, Libya,
yes,
Morocco,
yes,
Spain,
yes,
Belgium,
yes,
to Morocco again,
yes,
and then to Germany.
Yes.
Alwan actually wanted to go to England, where he says he hoped to lure the British into thinking Saddam had biological weapons. In November 1999, he took a train from Belgium to Germany, where he was to contact a man who would smuggle him into Britain. The meeting point, the Grand Cathedral in Cologne. He waited and waited. The smuggler never showed.
The police found you?
Yes, and I don't have passport, I don't have identity card, I don't have visa. You must go to the police station.
Alwan was taken to this refugee center outside Nuremberg, where he was visited by the BND, German intelligence. At first, Alwan told the truth to his interrogators.
I am chemical engineer.
He said you're a chemical engineer?
Yes, that's my...
Which was the truth?
Yes.
He then mixed a few facts with a heavy dose of fiction. He told German intelligence that in 1995 he'd been made a director at this site outside Baghdad called Jerf al-Nadaf. The Iraqi said it was a seed purification plant, but Alwan told the Germans he was present when mobile biological weapons were being made there. We've diagrammed how Alwan told the Germans that specially equipped trucks made their way to one end of Warehouse 1, entered doors there, hooked up to hoses and pumps, and brewed biological agents. Smaller vehicles then took the finished product away, exiting hidden doors at the other end. The Germans were so staggered by Alwan's story, they hid their prize source in this hotel in the town of Erlangen. He was given the code name Curveball and was interrogated intensively for most of 2000. The Germans told U.S. intelligence that Curveball didn't want to meet with Americans, so all Washington got were summaries of his debriefings. But the reports were quite enough to make American intelligence analysts stand up and take notice.
ولا زلنا نتذكر ذلك الخطاب الهزيل الذي قام به كولين باول وزير الخارجية عندما قال بأنهم عثروا أو وصلوا إلى أشخاص كان لهم اتصال بالأسلحة الدمار الشامل في العراق وبأن العراق قاب قوسين أو أدنى للحصول عليها.
We have first-hand descriptions of biological weapons factories on wheels. The source was an eyewitness, an Iraqi chemical engineer who supervised one of these facilities.
That source came to be known as Curveball. His real name, Rafid Ahmed Alwan al-Janabi. Now he tells the British newspaper The Guardian he made everything up.
Were all those things lies?
Yes.
Al-Janabi, who also gave an on-camera interview to The Guardian, was asked why he sold a complete fabrication to German intelligence.
I had to do something for my country, so I did this and I am satisfied, because there is no dictator in Iraq anymore.
But a journalist who's reported on Curveball's credibility problems says that too is a lie.
He told the story because he wanted to get out of a refugee camp in Germany. He wanted to get on the payroll of the German intelligence agency. He wanted to get his wife out and bring them to Germany, and he wanted to get citizenship, and he wanted a Mercedes-Benz, and he got all of those things.
ومجددا أحرار العالم لم يصدقوا هذه الكذبة، فاضطر الأمريكان أن يحتلوا العراق بمعية إنجلترا، والتي كان على رأس حكومتها توني بلير ذلك الوقت، وبعض الدول الاشتراكية كبولندا وأوكرانيا وغيرها. وكانت أخطر كذبة لأنها أسست لقتل 1,033,000 عراقي، منهم النصف قتل بطريقة فظيعة، أي الإنسان يقطع نصفين قبل أن يموت. وكلفت الإدارة الأمريكية $3 تريليون، أغلى حرب في الكون، وكلفت الأمريكان 4,575 قتيل. ثم بعد ذلك عندما عجز الأمريكان عن إدارة العراق لأن الشعب العراقي لم يروض، ماذا فعلوا؟ سلموا العراق للشيعة ولإيران حتى تصبح العراق ولاية إيرانية تدفع الخمس لملالي إيران.